Okay, you guys aren't going to want to miss this. This is extremely important. Make sure you share this on Facebook. It's going directly to Facebook, YouTube channel. Very important news.
What's going on, everybody? Dylan Delancey here, co-founder, vice president. Brendan Keaton, president and the founder.
Exactly right.
So today we're talking about the ban on pistol braces. So he's going to start off with that because he knows a lot more about it than I do, because it's just like brand new.
It's really
brand
hard
new
to keep
information
up.
we just got.
We're only 3 people. We can only do so much, and we all have jobs, and it's really hard to keep up with all the information that's constantly coming at us every single day. That's why a lot of times it's hard to keep the channel up to date and the Facebook page, but we can work around it, and we will prevail in the end, come out with everything we need to give you guys. But as of right now, the ATF was supposedly, I didn't read it yet, but they did issue a letter that says all the criteria needed for legalization.
We'll just post a picture of the letter.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I didn't read it, but they come out with a letter, come out with all this criteria and everything about pistol braces. In the long run, basically what it will do is ban pistol braces just like the bump stock ban happened. They will be regulated under the National Firearms Act, tax stamp involved. You'd have to send it off to the ATF, and they will send you an official determination, and that could take up to over a year. That's basically just a registry. You're sending it into them to look at it, and they're just going to register it, and then they're going to know that you have a short barrel rifle. It's no good, any of it. It's bad news. We'll post the link. I know on Ammo Land they talked about it. I'll post the links, or our editor will post the links, so you guys can find out all this stuff for yourself, because we don't have time to just sit and read you all of the info from everywhere. We're just kind of trying to go over it and give you our opinions.
So basically, like you said, they're banning this stuff, and so if you put it to your shoulder, that's considered a felon, right?
It was
a felony.
It was at one point for a piece of plastic. Congress, I don't know how long ago this was. Somebody, maybe our editor can look this up. They passed a bill that protects a disabled shooter, which is eventually, well, let me back up. This is why they made pistol braces in general. It's basically just a hollowed out stock, so you can strap it around your arm and shoot it like a handgun in a full-size rifle, obviously with a barrel under 16 inches. And in Ohio, like we have a CHL, concealed handgun license, you have to have a pistol brace on an AR for it to be considered a handgun, so you could conceal it legally. But it was, I don't know how long ago, maybe a year or so, where you couldn't actually shoulder it. So you could shoulder it like a stock and shoot it, like a rifle. But if they knew about it, ATF found out about it, you could get charged with a felony for it.
That's ridiculous.
You had to actually strap it around your arm like it was an A4 and shoot it like a handgun. So imagine holding an AR,
okay.
Yeah. like a pistol.
That's
with
not
a
even
scope on it.
Yeah, with one hand.
With one hand, maybe like a 10-inch barrel or a 12-inch barrel or whatever.
It has to be under 16 inches.
Yeah, to be considered a short barrel rifle. Anything over 16 inches is a long rifle. This is just stupid. It's no good.
It is.
They're going to turn millions of people into felons over this, and I don't know what they think. If they seriously think that people are just going to give them up,
it just makes me wonder, like, how stupid can somebody be for moving a position of a gun? Oh, you committed a felony.
Yeah. Now that changed.
Stupid.
That changed. They did allow
I
that
understand
eventually.
that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But that's just stupid.
It is stupid.
It's really
I agree. 100%. 110%.
What do you think, Bill? Bill is our producer, by the way.
Right. I think that it's a shame that the ATF and other big kind of government sticks their nose in other people's business. If you buy a weapon, it's your weapon, right? As long as you don't hurt somebody else.
I'm just going to say this. I think you should be able to go on Amazon Prime and order a damn machine gun if you want to. I won't be happy until that's what we get. It's never
Well,
going to happen.
that's never going to happen.
But-
So I guess you'll never be happy.
No, I will never be
I
happy.
guess you never had to pay for that Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly. But still, you know what I mean? The
I
I
concept.
get what you're saying.
But it's just like, I think they take a lot of things out of proportion, right? Like they look at the massacres, like San Bernardino, the Parkland shooting, Sandy Hook,
And the thing
The
about it
Vegas
is
shooting.
too.
the movie
Florida
theater shooting.
Thing about it
Florida
is too,
shooting.
guys. Every gun death in the United States. This was a stat that I got a few months ago from another big gun YouTuber. AR-15s are responsible for less than 1% of gun deaths in the U.S.
It's kind of like
Handguns are at the top of the list.
they don't limit how fast the car can go because somebody runs somebody over.
Well, here's the
They
deal
don't-
too with like the 10-round magazine ban. They want you to have a magazine with no more than 10 rounds, and anything more than that would be registered under the NFA. But they can ban magazines all they want, because if a shooter wants to go into a place and kill a bunch of people, he's just going to have 15 10-round magazines.
Right, exactly.
Anyways,
It's just all ridiculous to me. Like the stupidest laws over nothing. Like sticking their nose where it don't belong, pretty much.
I think it'll get worse before it gets better. Especially.
I agree, 100%.
We're going to see what happens in the Senate down in Georgia. If the Democrats get the 2 seats there, they'll have control of the Senate with Kamala Harris, or how do we say it? Vice President
She
Harris.
doesn't matter.
no.
Vice President Harris will break the tie in the Senate, and then they'll have the House, and then they'll have the presidency, so they can decide what they want to do. I don't think it's going to stop anything because you start passing laws. It's just going to start pushing people to buy up a lot more ammo and a lot more guns.
It's going to push people to just do what they want.
So my advice to all y'all out there: if you're old enough and if you're able, buy a gun. Simple as that.
Buy many guns.
Buy more than
as
one
many
if you
guns as you can. Buy up all the ammo you can.
Buy a handgun.
Buy whatever you want. Buy
Buy an AR, an
AKs.
AK-47, shotguns, any kind of gun you can afford.
Doesn't matter. Just
Because
this is right now. I seriously do believe that this is a calm before the storm. Like
You
as
might as well
far as
stock up.
civil unrest.
might as
It's
well stock up and then target practice
When
is
you,
all I gotta say.
as long as you it's like anything. It's like when you first buy a car, just treat it with respect. It's not a toy,
These guns don't go off by themselves.
Exactly.
and safely do
But
it.
that's what the media thinks.
Get your permits. Get whatever you got to do.
Thing
Do
is,
it.
we shouldn't have to have a permit
No, you
But
shouldn't.
to carry a gun. Yeah, you do. Unfortunately, in Ohio,
Yeah.
there's a bill. Not right now, but it's been pushed aside many times in Ohio about constitutional carry. It needs to happen. There's 16 states in the U.S. right now with constitutional carry, and crime is down. I don't even know how much, but it's a lot. Crime is down so much because, think about it, it's common sense.
Exactly. I
If the
agree.
common man is carrying a gun,
Nobody's going to get shot.
no criminal's going to go out and cause chaos if they know that 80%
Somebody
of the
around is
population's
going to have a
armed.
gun,
But like Dylan was saying, get as many guns as you want. Like Brendan was saying, just do it legally, respect it. It's not something that you should take.
Make sure
lightly.
you gain your knowledge on weapons
Yeah.
first. Don't just go out
Don't
willy
just
nilly
go out
buying a
and think
gun.
that you're
hit the range.
Yeah.
Practice. Get your
Study the
permits.
gun. All the parts of it. Take it apart a lot.
play with it.
Get used to it.
Just
Get
get
comfortable.
used to holding it and messing around with it.
Do it safely, and then I don't see
Because they're not toys.
They should. What they should do, instead of passing so many bills about restricting guns, they need to make it more open and
They
do
should.
more safety classes.
The government.
And
I've been saying for years, I've been
This actually used to be gun knowledge. Used to be
taught in schools.
gun education. My
They
bad.
should still do that today.
Back in was it the 50s and 60s?
Yeah,
even before that. it was taught in
Exactly
school.
right. You think about how many people, we have a mental health problem in the U.S., not a gun problem. Think if there was a government agency, not even that, if the Department of Education, like how we have AG and FFA, if they had a part of a school, that was almost like an elective, to where the kids they could be educated about firearms, firearm safety, they could go practice on a range and have professionals there, maybe ex-military, police there, showing them how to shoot, take the guns
Schools
apart.
need to exercise your rights.
Exactly,
more
because
than
once
they
you
do.
graduate, once you turn 18, man,
That's on you.
it's free reign.
Well,
You're
that's-
able to do what you want.
and I think that's where a lot of the gang violence comes from, right? You see 16, 17-year-old kids like in Chicago and New York, they have a rough upbringing, You know, it's not just the big cities. It's in rural. It's in small towns like.
Right.
But it's
It's
not as
more
common.
likely to happen.
It's what it is they see the guns on TV, they see they see the surroundings where they see adults carrying guns, and then they go join a gang or they go buy a gun illegally at 17, or if they do it by 18
with no serial number.
they've never held a gun, they've never fired a gun, they just think they're cool and they pack it around, and then it goes off and it happens to kill somebody, and then
the places with the most gun violence are in those cities.
Yeah,
And
I'll add this in there.
And I guarantee you,
After you're done.
if you put in something like Brendan was saying with safety classes and letting them get comfortable with it, and
If I was the president of the United States, I would immediately create like a federal firearms safety education course required for every high school in the United States of America.
What they should do,
If it was me.
they don't have to bring in like real guns. They can bring in like replicas, right?
And then one day say,
Ones that can be taken apart just like a real gun.
yeah. But then one day you go out on the range and you're
Then they can,
Say-
once safe. No, you have to pass the test.
You basically graduate, like when you drive.
Basically, you would get certified from school to operate a firearm.
I don't think it should be like required. I think it should be optional.
It's just an elective.
Optional.
You
I
don't have to
agree.
take
Not
it.
everybody
They
has
shouldn't
to
force
know.
people to take it, but
Not everybody wants to know
some
about guns.
people, some people shouldn't own a gun. If you're mentally disabled and because there are some people that are really
that's where the system fails.
yeah,
man.
really messed up people that if you gave them a butcher knife, they'd go out. If you give them a car,
Well, that's why gun control is so stupid, because it's proven to not work.
what they
It
do
doesn't
is
work.
they throw a big net out. They try to get everybody when they should just target it. It's not. It's like 95% of the gun owners in America are law-abiding citizens, and they treat their gun with respect. And
If you respect the firearm's going to respect you.
And then there's that 5% that have a really bad day, and they come out of their mom's basement, like what happened with the Sandy Hook shooter. He grabbed his mom's gun, he got a bad day, he killed her, and he took the gun with no knowledge, and really mentally ill person who should have probably been put in the hospital, and went and killed, what was it, 20 kids or whatever it was?
I can't remember.
And then they sat there and said, well, it was because of the gun. Well, if he had a butcher knife, or even if he had a
If
car,
he had a hammer, he would have done the same
he
thing.
would have just grabbed it.
Whatever weapon you
Whatever
if you
you
want
have.
to go kill somebody, you're going to kill somebody with whatever you have.
Or a bazooka.
If I wanted to kill
anything.
somebody with this hat, you could figure out how to do it, I'm sure.
You can
But
find a way.
instead of taking the hard road and challenging the mental,
They want to blame the gun for every death, with a gun related to it.
That's the thing, though. That's all in disguise. And that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe, the government wants you to believe that this is for the better good of protecting lives. What they don't tell you is the United States is at the top of the list when it comes to gun ownership. We are the kings.
There's over 330
We are the
million.
king of gun ownership in the world.
Over 330 million, if I remember right.
We own
America.
there's a gun for
almost-
every man, woman, and child. Every man, woman, and child can own a gun.
As a matter of fact, whenever Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, before they attacked, there was a general or somebody in the military that said that they actually planned on doing a homeland invasion, and the reason they didn't was because they were told that behind every blade of grass would be a firearm. And that's true. Even around here where we live, man, I'll guarantee you at least 1 out of 4 people own a gun.
Well,
Maybe more than that.
we'll have to leave that for another video. I think we'll definitely talk more about this stuff with you guys and everything like that. So I think we'll go ahead and give it back.
Yeah,
to
we'll
them.
have probably more news next week. So
Make sure you guys join the Firearms Policy Coalition. Very
and
important.
also the Gun Owners of America.
Can't stress it enough. You have to join them. We'll leave the links in the description so you guys can. We'll take you right to their website. Multiple different levels of membership. They sue the government, and it gives people like us a better peace of mind, just knowing that there are a few organizations out there working to preserve our rights, and we hope to be one of those in the future. So, with that being said, guys, make sure you keep your rifles by your side.
And carry on.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
They'll come loud and they'll come fast.
We shoot first and we can last. Keep your rifle by